Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity once again given to me. Today, I would like to give a brief about the digital technologies, what we are adopting for metro rail assets for the O&M. As we have seen since morning, many of the industry leaders have spoken after the project has commenced, more on the operation maintenance, how do we optimize and how do we minimize the expenses. So we as an organization, we have specialized in providing asset solutions. Predominantly today the matter of interest to be on the metro rail. And I'm Ramana. I head the Vice President as a sales for the organization. And today along with me I have Dr. Nikhil from IBM, our principal OEM. He is a technical specialist who would also be there with me for the presentation. Some of our customers whom we have been associated in the metro last 10 years. The journey started with Hyderabad Metro Rail, then we had with the industry leaders like BEML, where we have implemented with them for the Delhi Metro and Jaipur Metro, and with Alstom we have implemented a couple of other metros, India and outside India. Some of our footprints within India and outside India. Thank you very much the industry, for many of the operators, for giving us the confidence and giving us an opportunity to implement the asset solutions. I could boldly say that today, after few years of operations, people are the kind of an adoption, what is happening on the maintenance. Now people are realizing, the users at the field are realizing the importance of the maintenance and how it is going to impact, if it is not being maintained, how it's going to impact the business and all. Some of our customers here. So coming into the Envision, we are an IBM Gold partner. And we have predominantly, we are in Make in India, and like we call as Atmanirbhar, we are headquartered in Hyderabad in India with offices globally in Japan, Singapore, Dubai and Americas. Some of our solutions on the Maximo we have implemented, and then we have further customized and we have conceptualized few more additional solutions like crew monitoring solutions, which are very vital for the metro rail, for the rostering and crew management for the solution. And then we had some of the operation management solutions we have independently developed and deployed in two of the metros in India. We are currently implementing in Mumbai Metro Line 2S7, and wherein we have the crew monitoring and operation management solutions. Along with that, integration to multiple railway systems like TCMS, WMDS and other systems and all. And then we had some of the operational reports which we have independently developed, like fitness certificate, permit to works and all, which are very vital for the assets to be performed on day-to-day at the optimum level for the realization of the revenue. As we know that, needless to say, with the in front of the leaders like you, that which are the assets we cover. Maximo covers the entire enterprise assets, right from the depot, stations, rolling stock, signaling track and rest of it, including substations, viaducts and all. These are some of the areas where we implemented. I just wanted to give you a snapshot of some of the customers whom we have implemented. Hyderabad Metro Rail, which started in 2013. We implemented for their entire, all the enterprise assets. Thanks to the L&T group and the Keolis, who was the operator, the learning was very easy for us with all the best practices which were brought by Keolis. We were able to create some data templates for a majority of the metro assets now, and that is the way we are reproducing day on day for other metros. So we implemented and then integrated to the SCADA and multiple SCADA systems there with mobile applications and all. And recently we also upgrade to the cloud and to the latest application. Then we are currently implementing for Mumbai Metro, which is on for the support till 2026. We are implementing, and for the entire solution integrated to SAP and all. Being an agnostic solution and a real time, we are integrating to the data acquisition system. So we are able to pick up the real time data from the field for all the anomalies or any meter readings and all, for the immediate maintenance activities to be carried out. Looking at the business, what we are doing in Mauritius Metro has given us an opportunity to implement Maximo at Mauritius along with the L&T, and we have completed that, and it's running successfully. Now we are implementing at Gujarat Metro, just to give a snapshot of what all we are implementing on the condition monitoring and predictive analytics there. So And this is one of the other solution we are implementing is a crew monitoring solution for all the crew, train station controllers, train operators, and for their operations on for all the train fleets of the train, and then the automatic rostering is what we are implementing. We have developed a solution we are implementing at Mumbai Metro. And all this has not been possible without a strong solution like Maximo, which was as the backend for that backbone, where all the best practices were brought in. And I would just want to sum up, say why Envision and Maximo for the metro and all, because of the kind of templates what we created and of the learnings from the multiple metros, how we can give the upcoming metros in terms of the total cost of ownership, reduction to the ownership, and creating some best maintenance practices in terms of the proactive, reactive, condition monitoring maintenance practice, and having one system which is agnostic and it has got the agility and the scalability to expand it as and when the new technologies are being incorporated or being accepted in the market. So I would request Dr. Nikhil Kulwal to give a brief insight about Maximo and what is the new product which is being launched and is currently implemented at NCRTC for the RRTS line. He would give, as a product owner, we would like Dr. Nikhil Kulwal to give a brief about the product and give an insight of the roadmap, how the product is getting evolved for next 5 years. Dr. Nikhil.
Very good evening, everyone. So, the cases which we have discussed when it specifically comes to metros or the railways, right, starting for your basic asset management to going towards your IoT platform or towards the predictive analytics, and could be the digital twins also. So the need of the hour kind of a platform-based approach, right? The platform which you are seeing on the screen is called IBM Maximo Application Suite. So this basically covers all of the use cases which comes across, could be starting from the enterprise asset management, where we have complex assets in metros and railways, right? So where you can have complete manage your work management process, complete have your asset hierarchies and maintain your job plans and work orders and service requests. So all complete end-to-end cycle, complete visibility of your assets. The second important application in this called Monitor. So Monitor is a platform which is basically an IoT platform. It is kind of a complete OEM agnostic platform, which will kind of get the data from various sensors, could be DCA systems, could be SCADA systems, and doing the protocol conversion, and ultimately creating kind of an approach where you can have AI-enabled mechanisms where you can do the anomaly detections. On the third, we have called Health. So Health is basically for your 360-degree view of assets for your reliability engineers. So basically, out of your lakhs of assets, you need to identify which are the assets I need to focus upon as a reliability engineer. So there you can identify those assets, and then you can take the decisions around repair versus replace. Do I need to continuously repair it, or now it's time to get it replace it, or continuously repair it? And ultimately, when we're talking about the digitization or Industry 4.0 or any other buzzwords, so the one thing came us to our mind is kind of predictive analytics, right? So this platform is also being capable of doing the predictive analytics or predictive maintenance, where the system will suggest when the maintenance is kind of due, when the system is going to fail. Right? And the one of the important value which we are bringing on this platform is called visual inspections. So visual inspection is basically a camera-based inspection platform where the artificial intelligence models can be built and can be deployed over the edge, where you can do the use cases around could be your civil infrastructure monitor, could be your asset monitoring, where your SMEs can build the models and can deploy the models. So there is no kind of a data scientist approach would be there. This is basically for your SMEs where they can only build the models and deploy it. And assist is also being there, where it comes across the prescriptive assistance. This is basically for your technicians, because when we talk about the digitization, we should not only focus upon only the assets part of it, right? But our second point of focus should be upon our technicians, as the technicians are getting retired, right? So how to capture that knowledge in the form of models, where the new technicians are joined so they can have the prescriptive assistance from the system. The system can tell them what are the steps needs to be done if something failure is going to happen. And ultimately, it is also enabled with the safety for your workers' safety, and ultimately having the APM for E&U specifically for energy and utilities assets, where we have already predictive models are already being placed, especially for transformers or the substations, right? And this IBM Maxim is a platform which is cloud agnostic or OEM agnostic. So this could be deployed over any of the cloud, or could be the on-prem, could be AWS, could be Google, or could be Azure, or could be the on-prem. So the red one and the gray ones are the kind of technical layers which comes as a part of IBM Maximo application suite, right? So we all aware of this basics, right? So this is going towards from calendar-based maintenance to cognitive and prescriptive-based maintenance. So the whole fundamental remains the same, where you're starting with this kind of what has happened, what I need to do, right? Ultimately, we are having standard reports, ad hoc reporting. But then the next step is coming to if on the basis of kind of OT sensors or OT platforms, right? Where what will happen if I do something, simulation-based platforms. Then the third thing comes into picture is kind of prescriptive or the predictive one. So ultimately the approach remains the same when you are moving towards from calendar based to usage based to conditions, predictive, and cognitive and prescriptive. So at whatever stage you are, right? So IBM Maximo is a platform where you can leverage this platform at if you're starting from the scratch, or you are you're already being there managing your assets and want to towards the asset performance management. So this is the whole fundamental. So when I initially touched upon the assets part of it, but now the second part of is the technicians of the future, right? So our focus should be also upon the technicians who are getting retired, right? As there more technology comes into place, definitely we need to train the technicians so they can have kind of a hands-free maintenance. They can have AI-enabled devices. They have AR/VR technologies also being there. They could be connect for remote expert where they can connect with the expert technician who is sitting anywhere in the world. Right, so the whole fundamental remains the same, where you want to train your technicians so they can perform the best as and when they join the organization. So when we talk about the asset of the future, this is another aspect where day by day the assets are getting smarter, right? So rather than electrical or mechanical assets, those are kind of electronics or computer based assets, right? Where you have a lot of sensors, where we are talking about the autonomous drivers, we are talking about the real time monitoring, where we're talking about the predictive maintenance, and the another buzzword called, we are talking about the digital twins also. Right. So as the assets are getting smarter, certainly the technology would be there to kind of capture all of these data, which is kind of a majorly data pumping sources, and ultimately the focus is on upon the reduce the operational cost and ultimately increase the availability of your assets. So with the same platform, this could be one of the use case where you are enabling your reliability centered maintenance and asset performance management, where this platform is enabling your kind of collecting the data from your SCADA platforms, where could be from your DCS systems, or could be from your various OEM sensors are already being there, right? So OT sensor could be working on the Modbus or Profibus or the Profinet different protocols. Certainly this system would be there to kind of create a data lake approach where it can convert doing the protocol conversion, and ultimately you have the AI layer over it, where it can almost 80 plus algorithms are already being there, where you can leverage the same platform for the same. So this is kind of a business challenges that we often all experience, right? That could be from metros, or could be railways, or could be any of the industry, right? Where the certainly our most important challenge is aging of the assets. So assets are getting older. We have reliability concerns. We want to do kind of RCM and FMEA studies, but we need kind of a platform approach where we can enable all of the use cases on the same platform. So the systems can talk to kind of back and forth, right? So we have around the organization facing around MRO inventory issues, or could be planning issues, could be unplanned downtime, but the most important one is the technology advancements and the technology adoption. So we all are kind of hearing AR, VR, AI, ML, digital twins, predictive analytics, and all sorts of these words, right? Certainly there should be some kind of a stage-wise approach where you want to kind of start your case from the scratch and going towards the phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3. But ultimately with this platform, all the use cases till tomorrow and the day after could be the future, all the use cases can be enabled on the same platform. So these are the few of the business drivers which can be driving the industry. Could be your asset utilization or labor utilization, or your downtime, or could be inventory cost, or could be asset reliabilities. Definitely, we kind of, every industry has its own KPI, right? When it comes to they want to increase it or kind of focus on the decreasing part of it. So this is kind of a come to an end where we talked about the use cases, and this is all about Maxima application suite. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we have a stall booth over there. Probably interested gentlemen can come over there and we can explain to you more on the system, what are the benefits and all, with a live, some sort of a demonstration be given. Thanks for the opportunity to all of you, and thanks to Rail Analysis for giving us an opportunity to that.